September 21st, 1980, morning session continued.
That is the departure of my vital breath. When the vital breath will go, the language also will go, and with the going of this vital breath, this knowingness, I amness also will depart. That I shall observe. So there is no question of death. But for the ignorant, the moment that death will be there, at the impending death, he himself shouts that he is going to die.
मी सांगणार नाही की आता मोठ्या जाणार त्याचा उपयोगच काय नाही ना. तो जागतो झोपतो खातो जेवतो पुढे नाही.
He says, if right now I understand that my vital breath is quitting me, I am not going to arrest it and say, you stop now, you wait now for some time. Because I know very well, it's of no use, retaining this vital breath also and this life force also.
सगळं झोपायचं पुन्हा झोपल्यापर्यंत राबवत राहायचं. काय नाही का करावंच लागलं. काय मला येतं काल्पनिक अवस्था आहे. माझ्या सवासाला नव्हतं मी त्याच्या सवासाला म्हणतो. आता मी माझ्या सवासाला असणार नाही. मी नसणार असं होणार नाही. जे माझ्या अनुभवात येत आहे चुकीचे हे सगळं अनुभवाचं तेवढे जाणार आहे. अनुभवाचं मी आलो नाही मी जाणार आहे. मला पोचायची मला गरज लागत नाही. मला आयुष्याची गरज लागत नाही. ब्रह्मज्ञान गुणांची गरज लागत नाही. तसं पोकला आहे मला मुक्ती काय झालंय तर मला बार वाकडा झाला म्हणजे माझ्या मनमधला घ्यायला कोण गेलोय का.
Any number of resolutions have come and gone, but in my true state, eternal state, I am untouched by any of these resolutions. He says, I am tired of this daily waking and following the daily chores and sleeping and again getting up next morning and eating and starting all that cycle. I am fed up of this experiential state due to this beingness. Prior to this beingness, I never had this experiential state. I was perfect in every respect. With the arrival of this beingness, only this imperfect state has started and I am fed up of that.
माझ्याकडून मला काय फायदा करून घेता येईल आम्ही काय करतो या बंद रामलो
Right, for hundreds of years, what is the use of that to me? To him, the absolute.
Why? जाणीव असू शकेल का
कसं किंवा
अस्तित्व असतं. हा जर आपण बिलिंगनेस म्हणाला
बिलिंगनेस आणि जाणीव एकच
आहे. बराच ज्ञान आहे. तुम्ही आम्ही आता हे काय किती पदार्थाची साखळी आहे बनलेली आहे. त्याचा जर आता हा पदार्थ अन्न म्हणून आपण त्याला रोज मिळाला नाही तर किती वेळ आहे. पुण्य असल्याचं ज्ञान पुण्य असल्याचं जाणीव पदार्थ नसाशिवाय किती दिवस तरी जाणून बघू शकतो. पदार्थ
So what we said, it is not the beingness that
मला त्याच्याबरोबर काय ज्याला सोडल्या परब्रह्म हा ब्रह्म जरी असला तरी हा मोकळा भ्रम आहे. हा भ्रम आहे. परब्रह्म कोणते सुद्धा त्याला अनुभव नाही. होऊन सुद्धा त्याला अनुभव येत नाही. परब्रह्म जाणला
He again repeats, I, the absolute state, is untouched by any number of resolutions.
दुसऱ्या भाषेमध्ये नाही ते भाषेत म्हणजे
तर हे सोहम म्हणजे वाक्य आहे.
त्याचा अर्थ का मग आपण आहे असा म्हणू नका.
पण मला त्यातला सहा म्हणजे कोण सोहम जो हे जे वाक्य आहे अनुवाक्य आहे त्याच्यामध्ये सहा म्हणून त्याला म्हणतो आपण.
सो आणि हम असं आहे ते.
सहा अहम असं जे वाक्य आहे त्याच्यामध्ये सहा म्हणजे
शब्द आणि
बरोबर.
गुण आहे तिथे. शब्द आणि गुण म्हणून सोहम. गुण नसेल तर शब्द नसेल, शब्द गुण नसेल त्याचा अर्थ साधा म्हणून आपण आहे. पण तो तुम्ही असा आहे वेळ वापरला मग दुःखाने भय वाढला. जसा आहे का त्याला म्हणजे तर दुःख वाद पडून जाईल.
He wanted to know the meaning of the word soham. Maharaj said soham, you take it. Don't repeat that word soham. Soham means you are only. Without word you are, you realize that state. I am. Without words.
तो सोहम निर्माण झाला. जाग्यानंतर मग काय होतो तेच भाव नव्हता आणि हम नव्हता, शब्द नव्हता आणि हमी नव्हती. आपण असल्याची शब्दाबरोबर हमी आहे. शब्द नाही असं सुद्धा हमी नाही वापरत.
He said no, the moment waking state, you had the waking state appeared. With that soham. Soham means the word or that feeling I am and the guarantee that you are appeared. You feel that I am. That is that soham. But prior to the arrival of this waking state also you were. But without this word and this guarantee of I am, still you are.
हमी का अनुभव नाही. हमी का अनुभवाची बद्ध आहे. हमी का अर्थ करतो त्या शब्द आहे ते हमी आहे. हमी आहे तो शब्द आहे. शब्द नाही तरी हमी नाही.
With the waking state you get that assurance or the guarantee that you are. And that is the word. That word represents the waking state. That is you are. That is I amness. But it doesn't mean that prior to waking state you are not. Only the guarantee was not. The word was not. The assurance was not.
विश्वास घेतली हमी आणि शब्द नाही वापरतो. वाक्यासारखा उपयोग काय नाही होत नाही. दुसऱ्या कशाचा उपयोग होतो बरोबर. दुसऱ्या कशाचा त्याला उपयोग होणार त्याचा उपयोग त्याला काय होईल. परब्रह्माची घडी बसलेली आहे.
I have come to this conclusion that Parabrahman has no use of Parabrahman. In the same way, the Parabrahman has no use of anything, anybody else, of anything else. But it
तसं तुम्ही पुन्हा भाव दाखवतो. आज मुंबई पुण्याला गेले म्हणा. पुन्हा कुठून गेले नाशिक मध्ये. हे जेवढं मी खवं मारलं तेवढं जे जग आणि मी खवं मारतो. मुंबईमध्ये पुण्याला गेलो. जगात चौकात जगे अर्थ असा आहे. एवढा पण जातो तिथे. बाकी आज नाही उद्या पुढच्या जन्म माझं भलं होईल नाही तर त्याचा त्यांनी भलं होईल. खोट्या आशेवर मरताय नाना दुःख बघतात.
with all this I come to the conclusion all the words in this world are of no use at all. They have no meaning. They convey no meaning to me at all. He said there are a lot of inventions and discoveries and people are taking advantage of all those discoveries and inventions. So Maharaj says, now suppose somebody comes and tells that some piece of news he gives that Bombay has gone to Pune. And where is Pune? Pune has gone to Nasik. It's all stupid, the saying like that. In the same way, all the words in the world are as useless to me.
सगळ्या गोष्टी मी असं खरा मानतो. त्याने मला हिशोब पाळला पण माझा मूर्ख मला मूर्ख करतो. मला कसं त्यांना कापला म्हणतो बोल हे माझ्या पुढचा आहे, माझी वस्तू आहे. मग आलं गेलं मी बघतो, कुणी ऐकायला गेलं तर गेलं, मला काय करू, सगळ्यांना ऐकायला जात नाही, प्रत्येकाला जायला केला. प्रत्येकाची अंतर्याची भाषा वेगळी आहे, त्याच्यातून तो ऐकणार.
With all these conclusions which I have drawn, that is, no words in the world carry any meaning to him. Still I talk. When people come, I respect them, I ask them questions and I talk. Then when I talk, if they really understand, if they really listen to my talk, and if the talk reach them correctly, then it's all right. But normally they will not be listening to my talk. All my talks will be filtered through their prejudices and through their understanding and through their language. And I don't know what they are going to receive finally out of my talk.
सांगते पाहिजे असे दुसऱ्या दिवसा जाऊ करू.
If you really want that eternal peace, don't bother about anybody else. Worry about your own self. Investigate only your own self.
शांती मिळवून देणारा महासूर्य तुम्ही असल्याचे ज्ञान आहे. आत्मसूर्याशिवाय तुम्हाला कोणी कारण चुकी करणार नाही.
And again understand one thing. Who is going to give you that eternal peace? It's only that sun. What is that sun? That you are the
जमला तो तुला सगळं जाणार आणि आपण मात्र शाश्वत राहणार आहे. आपण शाश्वत राहणार मात्र सगळे जाणार. तुझं तुम्हाला
if you abide or if you embrace that self-effulgent sun, that is the I amness, you will realize that everything else will go, but you will prevail eternally.
ज्या अनुभवाला मी आता मरतो हे मरतो डोळा हे म्हणतो आहे तोच अनुभव संख्या फार पसरलेला आहे. आणि शांती जोगाला सागर आहे तुम्हाला.
Experience which you say that you are going to die. If you abide or embrace that very self, the sun, the self-sun, self-effulgent sun, that you will realize that very you, in due course, will manifest and become plenty.
आपला आपण संभाळ करायला मागतो. आपला कसा आपल्या सत्तेने आपल्या अधिकाराने काय आहे एवढं बघून जा. आपल्या सत्तेने आपल्या अधिकारात काय आहे आपण असं हे पाण्यावर अवलंबून नाही, चमच्यावर अवलंबून नाही, चमच्यावर अवलंबून हवेवर अवलंबून फळावलंबी गेले. कोणी चालू झाला असेल निरावंबी वाच चालू घेणार हे सगळं फळावलंबी.
He says again, you investigate fully. See, with what authority can you sustain yourself? To what extent you can perpetuate your life as even beingness? You should realize that beingness is not independent, it depends on something. When you just thus investigate and realize, you will come to the conclusion, you the absolute does not depend on that beingness. Beingness depends on so many things. So thus when you dispose out the beingness, you stabilize in the eternity.
साहित्य साधन केलं त्याचं साधन साहित्याला घेतलं पण ते काय आपण म्हणून नाही
I touched many things, but I did not talk about body mind. No doubt, I employed my body mind to talk to you. But the subject matter was not body mind.
निवास करून बोलतोय तुमच्याकडे. माझी वाणी, माझा प्राण यांचा निवास करून तुमच्याकडे बोलतोय.
Talk to you. After dismissing my vital breath, my words and my consciousness.
शब्दाचा अर्थ, चित शब्दाचा अर्थ, आनंदाचा अर्थ मला सांगा वेगवेगळा.
सत म्हणजे अस्तित्व, चित म्हणजे जाणीव आणि आनंद म्हणजे आनंद. हेच जर स्वरूप आपल्या आत्म्याचं ठरलं तर मग परमात्म्याचं स्वरूप काय आणि आत्मा आणि परमात्मा ह्या हे वेगळं असू शकतात का?
वेगळं असं कारण नाही. त्या गटाराची घाट आणि सूर्याचं ते वेगळं नाही आहे. ते गटाराची घाट सूर्याच्या तेजासारखे बनवून जाणार संध्याकाळचं. आता तुमची तीन पदे गुणात्मक आहे. सदा सर्वाचारा नाही. गुणावस्था आहे. आनंद म्हटलं की गुणावस्था. उदाहरण म्हणजे त्याला जाणवलं आणि आनंद झाला. म्हणजे काय आपल्या जाणीवेचाच आनंद झाला तर तोच आनंद. त्याच्या काळामध्ये खरं ते खरं हा सुद्धा आनंद. ते समाधान, संतोष, संतोष होतो त्याला, समाधान होतो त्याला. तीन गुणाचं संकलन आणि त्याचे विचिकर्म असं सुद्धा सर्व विश्वासून मनुष्य पळापळ करतो. जगात मला कोणता अनुभव तुझ्याच कधी सहवासाला होता, तू कधी सहवासाला होता, कधीच नका. ऐकण्यात बघण्यात झालं ते जवळ करतो आहे. परंतु सत्मधला प्राण गेला, कालच्या कमाईचा वारस तो उन्हाळ्यात प्रत्येक राज्य धंदा करतो. बरा वारस आहे ना आपल्या आणि धंदा काय झाला अधिक मग कमाई करोड. त्याच्यातून आपण एवढं अनुभव घेणार काय? कोण वाढ घेतो ते देखील
Satchidananda is normally said is the quality of the Atman. Atman is described as Satchidananda. He says if Atman is Satchidananda, then what is Paramatman? That was his question. So Maharaj said actually there is no difference. Now if you take the sun is there, the rays of the sun are falling on some garbage in the gutter. And the stench is emanating from the garbage. There is no difference. The stench that is emanating is also the rays of the sun. Because in due course, all that stench will be turned into radiant rays of the sun. That means everything are the rays of the sun only. Similarly, the Satchidananda in due course will become the Paramatma. Now, if you split that Satchidananda, Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat means the existence. And Chit means the consciousness I am. And Anand is bliss. All that very state, that I amness or consciousness, it is described with three aspects, Sat, Chit and Anand, existence, consciousness and bliss. That I amness itself is the state of bliss, is the state of love. But Sat, Chit, Anand is an experiential state. Experiential state so long as the quintessence of the food body is there, so long as the consciousness is there. Consciousness is there, so long as the food body is available. And since the food body is objective, it has a span of life. Therefore, Satchidananda is a time-bound state, experiential state. It is non-qualitative state. So there is no question of feeling of existence, or feeling of consciousness, or feeling of bliss. Consciousness is time-bound because the food essence body, people don't understand. On account of the consciousness, through the five senses and the body, they experience so many experiences. Whatever experiences gave them pleasure, they want to embrace, collect it in the form of memory or anything. They want to embrace that. But they don't understand this is time-bound. All these experiences are time-bound, including the experience of this consciousness. Satchidananda state also is time-bound. Therefore, you have to realize this Satchidananda state and transcend into no Satchidananda state. That's one of the challenge you are, on which everything is for you. Is it dependable? Can you depend on that? Or is it dishonest? We cannot depend on that.
आपण
Decide about this one.
आपण जेव्हा भरोसा पडतो आहे ना,
I am living. This I am living, this experience, is it dependable? Can I depend on that for eternity? Or is it going to go? Who is there to keep it a secret? Or who is there to make it open? आपला शोध लागून सुद्धा अशा साधू संतांनी ते उघड केलं नाही. महाराज का करतात? महाराजासारखं उघड का केलं नाही? Have you realized that knowledge? That secret? नाही, अजून
ज्ञान झालं म्हणून झालं तुझा तुला ज्ञान होत नाही, तुला
ते म्हणते नुसतं काय म्हणून लोकांना देऊन निरर्थक काय, सगळं निष्काम परब्रह्म ज्या अर्थी आहे
म्हणून ते मोठे झाले ना. हवा बोलले.
He said they came to the same conclusion as Maharaj has come nowadays. He said there is no interest. Nishkam Parabrahma, desireless absolute state. From that state, there is the question of expounding knowledge also.
बोलून नाही साधे महापुरुष.
Oh.
हे कुठून लागले? नोट करतो.
आता कधी कधी काहीतरी एकदम आम्ही चकित झालो, एकदम चकित झाल्यावर तो क्षण माहिती का शब्द कसा आतमध्ये, पण आम्ही चकित झालेलो असतो. ही पण एक प्रकारची जाणीवच, मी ही जाणीवच ना. आता ही जाणीव काहीच्या बाहेरच्या किंवा अपघात किंवा काहीतरी झाल्यामुळे जाणीव झालेली आहे. आता आपण मी ही जाणीव म्हणता, ही काही बाहेरच्या ह्याच्यावर अवलंबून न राहता ती जाणीव सतत असायला पाहिजे, एवढंच ना.
लहानपणे जाणीव सतत कधी असू शकतो ना.
हो,
पदार्थ मार्ग पदार्थ मार्गिनी आहे.
हो. मग आपण सांगता मग ते जाणीवेला पकडून असं मग कसं असणार?
मग आता तुम्ही तुमचे ओळख घेऊन त्याप्रमाणे राहिलं पाहिजे. त्याची चिन्हा जागृत येऊन ज्ञान स्वरूप होऊन तुम्हाला जातील तिथपर्यंत तुम्ही जर ती भक्ती केली पाहिजे.
हो, भक्ती केल्यावर जाणीवमध्ये आम्ही असणार का?
जाणीव तुम्ही असणार.
हो,
म्हणजे काय,
म्हणजे विचारामध्ये आम्ही वाहून जाणार नाही का?
त्याच्याशिवाय विचार तुम्ही आले
नाही, विचार असणार, पण आमचं अधिष्ठान विचारामध्ये न राहता स्वतःमध्येच असणे.
तुम्हाला कळतं आहे ना. तुम्हाला कळतं मला ज्ञान नाही.
ते कळतं म्हणजे होणं नाही, ते शब्दाने कळलं.
शब्दाने कळलं हे तरी कोण म्हणतं ज्ञानच लागणार.
हो,
म्हणतो
what he said, you say, He said that state is like beingness only. Then I told him whether we have to perpetuate such a state. Maharaj is not agreeable to that. He said this beingness is bound to produce thoughts. So I told him, where should I stabilize? In beingness or should I flow with the thoughts? He said, you have understood this. I said, yes, verbally I have understood. Not actually. I am not able to stabilize myself in beingness. Thoughts are there. So there it ended. नसलं विचार येतील, पण मी विचाराबरोबर जर मी वाहून गेलो नाही तर विचाराला ताकद नसते.
वाहून जात
हो, वाटलं, समजा आम्हाला वाटलं विचार वाहून गेलो तर विचाराला ताकद मिळते आणि जास्त विचार तयार होतात. विचार वाढत जातात. समजा मी विचाराचा साक्षात करतच बसलो अधिष्ठानामध्ये, जाणीवेमध्ये, तर विचाराला ताकद न होता विचार
आपण बसला हो कोणाचे साक्षीत्व करू नको, कशाचे साक्षीत्व करू नको, आपण मालक ठेवू नको.
पण विचाराचं दर्शन होतं ना,
त्यामुळे मनात
विचाराचं दर्शन होणार.
असं म्हणणं होणार ज्ञानच वेगळं त्याला हे करणार.
I am not trying to extract the subtle difference from him. मला जबरदस्त आहे. I am saying, see, if I stay put in beingness only, and the thoughts will be emanating, those thoughts will have no strength. Thoughts will have no strength, and they will become less and less. If I get washed out with the thoughts will multiply. I must stay put in my beingness only, because beingness is myself, and just watch the thought. So Maharaj said, don't watch the thoughts. Alright, I said, I don't watch the thoughts, but the region of the thought will occur to me. Thoughts will be seen by me, need not be witnessing.
22nd September 1980, morning, Monday.
And now whatever you are doing after reading books of I am that and other things, previously you were doing it through your body and mind. Now do you think, you see, you are not the body and mind, you are that consciousness, that knowledge, the consciousness. Do you feel like that now?
And that feeling started. Maharaj also conveyed through a message. And that was the first beginning when I read Raman and Krishna. Then I gave it to Maharaj.
So now what do you think about yourself? What is your identity? Naturally, what do you feel about yourself? What are you? What is the identity with which you recognize yourself now?
I am consciousness plus body plus mind.
मी जाणीव आहे, जाणीव नंतर शरीर आहे, मन आहे.
जाणीव चैतन्य आहे, पुष्कळ चैतन्य, व्यापक चैतन्य. बाकीचे सगळं त्याचे अवयव आहे. मुख्य जाणीव हे आपलं स्वरूप आहे. हा झाला पक्का झाला तरी.
Now you must feel, you see, that the consciousness which is in you, which is Chaitanya, which is called in other words Chaitanya, which is non-personal, non-verbal. It is universal, it is cosmic. And the body and the mind, they are nothing but the instruments with which it works through this particular body at the moment. This you must get yourself convinced.
I have been convinced intellectually, but sometimes it happens that my personality.
हाताने बोटाने हे करतो, पण हे काय करतो, त्याचं कर्तव्य करतो ना, तर चैतन्य आत्म्याचं हिंदीला जरी करतो, तर ते आत्म्याला म्हणजे आत्म्याला करतो आहे तो.
even if you know it intellectually, how does intellect work? How do your hands work, fingers work? They work only because the principle, the consciousness.
हाताने केलं का मी केलं हे काम केलं ते हाताने केलं की चैतन्याने
Who did the work? You see, the hands did do the work, or the consciousness, when Chaitanya did the work. So how does it matter if the intellect does it? You see, behind the intellect is the consciousness, isn't it? That means the consciousness is doing everything.
But trouble is that is a subjective psychological trouble. Intellect overrides consciousness.
तरी बुद्धी ही याच्या पहिल्या पलीकडे म्हणजे
हे जसं जाणतो मी बुद्धीला जाणतो हे जाणतो हे जाणतो
Just as you
हे कसं जाणतो तर बुद्धी अशी ओळख
the
आहे
work through your hands,
बुद्धी
through
काय
your
जाणते
fingers, like that the work through the intellect. What is there to understand? Separate Kira. What is there? The psychic difficulty also. As long as you understand, you see, the work done through the hands is done by the consciousness. Similarly, the intellect also, the work is being done through the intellect by the consciousness, which is non-verbal, non-personal. That is not you.
The whole and sole author of the intellect is I accept that.
आम्ही लोक संभाषण
I accept it. And I have conviction that Maharaj says truth. But sometimes it happens instinctive. And his instincts are predetermined. Is it predetermined? Ask Maharaj.
वृत्ती असेल पण त्याच्या आधी कोण आहे वित्वचनी वृत्ती म्हणणार
You see, you are talking about the pravritti and vritti is the news that you are. But before that also there is something, isn't it? Prior to this consciousness I, there is something, isn't it? So why don't you try to go there? Why don't you understand? Why do you come here and ask something from the mental modification?
But that comes to effort.
Which comes to effort?
About being conscious about that thing. About Maharaj is saying.
You require effort to know the state prior to the intellect? And prior to the consciousness
When I
I?
am mingled with intellect, or rather intellectual ego.
त्यांचं म्हणणं असं की बुद्धी आणखी हे वगैरे सगळं त्याच्या पूर्वीचं जे काय जाणण्याकरता प्रयत्न करायला लागतो. विचारला प्रयत्न करायला लागतो का?
तुम्ही आगे करायला प्रयत्न करा तुम्ही येऊन बसला पाहिजे तुम्ही
When you are here, do you require any effort to know that? Then, prior to the arrival of this I consciousness on you, you wear something that you know isn't here.
काय प्रयत्न करा आपण
What is the effort you require? What is the effort you require to know that?
Focusing. Just focusing on that prior state. Seems to me, or I dub it, interpret it as effort. It is effortless, we might say.
फक्त ही जाणीव
आवडतं वाटेल पण कोणाला वाटतं आपल्यासाठी काय आहे आपण असणार स्पष्ट आहे ना
let it be anything. See, it doesn't depend on what you feel. Whatever it is, isn't it? So even before this consciousness arrived, you were there. You don't know. That's the only thing. But you were there, isn't it? Otherwise, you cannot make a statement that the consciousness comes. So it doesn't depend on your approval or disapproval.
Yes. Will I be able to overcome that difficulty?
आपल्या कृपेने मी याच्यावर हे जाऊ शकेन का माझ्या पूर्वीच्या
नाही मूळचा बरोबर आहे अरे ते मूळचं बरोबर जाऊ शकणार नाही पुढे जाऊ शकणार नाही अध्यात्म म्हणजे आधी आहे ते
whatever is there. You don't have to go there anywhere. Whatever is your state is already there. It doesn't require anybody's grace to go there. That idea itself is wrong. It's already there. You cannot go beyond that, you cannot go further than that, you cannot go there. You are already there. If you are not there, you cannot go there.
So grace is also a relative phenomena for Maharaj.
म्हणजे कोणावर कृपा
लहान लोक पदार्थ असं शिकवलं असं स्वाद येतो तसा स्वाद येतो सगळं बरोबर आहे तसं सगळं बरोबर आहे पण या सगळ्याच्या बरोबरच्या आधी काय
relatively everything is true. But before the relative state came, you see what was the state?
मागचा की ह्याच्या मागे जायला मागचा नुसती भूल आहे
What thing you would like to
आपले लोक जाऊन का पुढे
with the relative sense you want to understand whatever comes in the relative, or you want to know whatever is the prior.
Whatever is the prior,
Prior, isn't it? Then the special what is coming from.
also arises and pertains to the relative.
That's right.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
पण अस्तित्वामुळे आठवणीचे खास अस्तित्व आहे स्वयं प्रकाशन ऐकते त्याच्यावर सगळं खेळताय
Whatever is natural, whatever is there, naturally, automatically, on that all these questions arise. If you know that, they arise only on that. They are not coming from that. They are only arising. It's only an impression. That's all. They don't come out of it.
Yeah.
Out of the natural state. If you understand once for all that, then it's all right. Let the questions come and go.
Two the ocean are one.
You give any simile, whatever analogy you want to give. No analogy can ever be true.
Yeah. Also illustration.
It's for you to understand, that's all.
What is the question?
मग काही प्रश्न राहतच नाही.
Then I am problemless.
मला मग प्रश्नच राहत नाही.
आपल्याला केव्हा खरं घडतं?
When will be true that you don't have any questions? When will it be proved true? When will this be proved true that you don't have any questions left now?
Maharaj was pouring from his mouth and just asking questions. Also a religious phenomena. And
मला एवढं कळलं की प्रश्न विचारले जे आहे हे सगळं या जाणीवाल्यानंतरच्या ह्याच्यातलं आहे आणि त्यामुळे मला आता काय प्रश्न उरत नाही.
चैतन्याचा व्यवसाय झाला आहे. त्यामुळे आम्ही देहाचा वाटा वेगळा काढून आपला मानला हे साफ झालं आहे.
See, in fact, you have divided that you have a separate body, you have a separate mind, and you feel, whatever consciousness goes through you, that it is your own personal consciousness, and therefore these questions and all these things arise.
Yeah.
It is nothing but the activity of the consciousness, non-personal, non-verbal consciousness is working. If you don't separate yourself from this non-verbal, non-personal, then the questions are not there. But if you feel that this body, this mind, they are real, and the consciousness is working through this body and the mind there, that is also real, then the difficulties will come and then you will naturally ask the question.
then
You
I think
identify,
that I am observed.
That's right.
Patterns consume such energy that we are being wasted. Of consciousness.
हा चैतन्याचा आहे कशा करता खेळ चालला चैतन्य कशा करता देयर इज नो रिझन
No rhyme, no reason.
नो राईम नो रिझन
त्यामुळे नकुलाच्या गोष्टी सगळं कॉन्सेप्ट असतं. पण त्या सगळ्यांना भरमंद करता लहान म्हणून जेवण वाटलं सगळंच काल होतं ते थालीमध्ये जेवायला सगळंच काल होतं. हा परमात्मा सगळ्याचा आहे.
स्पिरिच्युअल
वेगळा परमात्मा
pursuit, see whatever you want.
आपल्या सर्वांची आपल्या सगळ्याच ओळख झालेली हा परमात्मा
is not child's play. That you know whatever you are, your identity, if you know, that is the real Paramatma.
मग ते सगळं परमात्माच करतात ना आपण
Ultimate meaning of you. Whatever
That
you are.
knowing, then that knowing will be a non-verbal. External.
म्हणजे ते काही शब्दाने सांगता येण्यासारखं नाही शेवटचं ते
शब्दाची
सगळं
गरजच नाही आपण असताना आपण आहे ना
When we frame in words,
शब्द आहे आणि कोणाला कळणार.
is it necessary to explain by words then?
we need it. We need it.
Who needs it?
I.
Who needs it?
I.
Who is beside him? One who has gone to his
आहे म्हणण्याच्या आधी
before you utter the word I, what is your state? In that state,
I intermixed with relative only.
then you can talk, isn't it? So we are not talking about relative now.
No, yeah.
So the question doesn't come in. No word can come out.
But I am questionless as far as consciousness is concerned.
It is I who feels I am questionless.
That is the ultimate question.
Yeah, but will it have any question also? You say I am questionless. So questionless, this talk also comes from the relative, when the I comes in. So you see, who says infinite also?
And regarding our unconscious state, sometimes there is a
कृष्णमूर्ती हेच सांगतोय हे तुमच्या लक्षात आलं होतं का? कृष्णमूर्ती हेच सांगतोय तुमच्या लक्षात आलं होतं.
Whatever I have been telling now here, Krishnamurti has been saying the same thing. Have you understood that? Have you understood? You see, Krishnamurti says the same thing as I say.
yeah.
Home.
And Maharshi also.
कृष्णमूर्ती सांगतो गुरु नको गुरुचा आधी तू आहेस ना म्हणून तुला गुरु भेटणार तुला गुरु नको.
Krishnamurti says you don't require any guru because you exist prior to the existence of guru also.
तू असमाचा गुरु भेटणार ना.
If you are, then only the guru is there. If you are not, Guru is not there.
Raman also stressing on Atma Yoga. Self is good.
कृष्णमूर्ति गुरु लोग को कहाँ बनता है?
Why does he say you require Guru? Do you understand that? So have you understood why Krishnamurti says that there is no necessity of any Guru? Have you understood that? What is that? When you say you have understood why Guru should not be required, why does Krishnamurti say like that? That's what he's asking now.
फिर आप लोग तुमको मैंने कहा जागृति नहीं लगता तुम्हें रमण मतलब माओगे क्या बोलो तुमने कहा जागृति
When you remember Raman Maharshi, so what exactly is awakened in you now at this particular stage? When you ask, when you talk about Raman Maharshi, what is really awakened in you?
When I read Krishnamurti and Raman, the same feeling.
What is that feeling he is asking?
That I can't express in words.
काही मला शब्दांनी सांगता येत नाही.
करू ना शब्दांनी सांगता येत नाही म्हणजे बरोबर कळलं ना बस
You need not express, you see, but if you have understood correctly, it's enough.
रमण म्हणते दोन्ही तुम्ही जाणता तुम्ही न मानता
Have you understood this point?
तो नाही का
Is the lower separate from the lower?
Further and lower.
The necessary state in life, any person even the statement, I'm questioning it, is also the kind of I am consciousness.
Yes.
And if the initial state is total knowledge and total light, the highest state for ignorance, for any shadow, how could this state in there? Total knowledge and total wisdom and total light. How can any shadow, any ignorance, any state of personal consciousness come in? It is 100% knowledge and light. There is no place for light and shadow for any person with him.
But the language is emanating from whom? You have to know that. Whose language? Who is it? You see, as a result of that language flow, 4 Vedas are created. Rigveda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharvaveda. But nobody goes to the source of it.
So it's perfect. It's a fundamental question.
जागा में जो त्या दोन नवते प्रत्येक पण नवते सोबत होता
So what is your present capital? You know you are, and the 2 phases, deep sleep and waking sleep. With waking state and deep sleep, this awareness is there. And because of this awareness, all the world and all your experiences. Prior to the arrival of this triad, what were you? Where was the world? What were your experiences?
ज्ञान मिळे पदार्थ ज्ञान
ते म्हणतात मी जाणीव जाग आणि झोप ते नेहमी सतत आहे म्हणजे तर सुरुवात त्याची झालेलीच नाही
त्याच्यातच बरोबर होतं तुझ्याकडे तर या खर्चात पडणार का
If you knew you were
कोणत्या खर्चात पडणार
at knowingness all along, would you have entered into this pit of this body?
ज्ञान आहे ना अशा परिस्थितीचं निर्माण झालं ज्ञान आहे ना अशा परिस्थितीचं निर्माण झालं
There was a state where there was no ignorance nor knowledge. Both were absent. In that state, this awareness has appeared.
तुम्ही महिने कोणता खर्चात होता
You may not remember directly the experience, but at least you have heard that you were in the womb of your mother. Is it not so? What was that pit in which you were for 9 months? मी सतत गोतोड आहे
अंदर आम्ही आम्हाला आहे शाश्वत आहे शाश्वत नाही शाश्वत नाही शाश्वत है।
I am telling you, you are eternal. Shashvat and not Shvasavat. Not like breath, which comes and goes. You are not like that. You are the eternal.
असल में स्वाद बन गए, स्वाद बन जाने को मतलब जाऊँ लगना है।
Presently, your I-amness is like the breath. It has come and therefore it will go. काय ते गणपतीसारखं काय म्हणाले, गणपती आणला त्याचं विसर्जन केला, पण गणपतीला माहित आहे मी मातीत होतो, यामध्ये होतो, पाण्यात आहे तर मी असणार म्हणून. तसं गणपतीला माहित आहे.
हो रे, तो का तुम्हाला चांगला छंदाने गमत तयार करतो आणि जगामध्ये महामूर्खाचा महामूर्ख
22nd September 1980, session continued.
बाबा चटणी की हिम्मत.
Maharaj appreciates his good English. And he said, you write a good article, giving a nice certificate to me, mentioning I met the stupidest of the stupid persons in the world, and he is the so and so.
ज्ञानच खरं नाही आहे, गुण माया हे ज्ञान खरं नाही, नाव खरं नाही, ईश्वर ज्ञान खरं नाही.
Even the knowledge Ishvara is an illusion. Even this Maya itself is an illusion. More Maya. That means even the consciousness I am is also an illusion.
Illusion from whom and for whom.
हा भ्रम कोणाला आणि कोणापासून?
भ्रम कल्पनेला भ्रम कल्पनेला काय म्हणून कल्पना भ्रम कसला.
Only in the realm of concept is an illusion.
Whose concept?
कोणाची कल्पना? कल्पना कोणाची? ही कल्पना कल्पनेची. In the primary concept you are. As you are itself is a concept. You are entertained this concept there is a God. And even you are is an illusion.
जन्माचं साहित्य झालं.
The father means an aid or an instrument, aid and instrument for the birth of this body.
Yeah. Right. Then definitely there is my mother and father existing as well.
Is it not so?
Yeah, definitely. If I think that नंतर मंत्री आपण आमचा तुमच्या कल्पना घेऊन तुला काय चालणार.
Don't take any stance or a pose for yourself. I am so and so, I am this or I am that, and do what you like.
म्हणजे काय करतो होऊन यायचे होऊन गेलं काय करतो. आय एग्री. बहुत त्याचे साहित्य होऊन त्याचे होऊन गेलं. वाट काय करतो very minor. Right.
You are compelled to do something bad. Then how are you going to rectify it afterwards? What are you going to do about it?
Very satisfying. I stand convinced.
What do you mean by Kshetra and Kshetra Dhya?
No, I don't exactly remember. This words are in Gita. अब जाता में करते हैं वो मानते करते वो क्षेत्र सोचते हैं ह्याचा मानता दुसऱ्या नाही म्हणत तर आपण अशी बातमी नाही.
Kshetra is the manifest word. This is due to whom or who witnesses this? In that Kshetra Dhya, this I amness or consciousness. Who is the witness of this Kshetra Dhya also? He is Nivritta. He is in that no message state. That there is no I amness there.
23rd September 1980 morning, Tuesday.
You can write that spontaneously and witness it that he is Is it just
Spontaneously.
just spontaneously and you also watch it spontaneously, witness it spontaneously? But if you have very bad ideas, very bad attitude, if you want to kill someone, will you also kill this person and watch you killing this person? Or must you deliberately stop this action and do something about it?
तो देह मन मी नव्हे, देह आणि मन मिळून जे काही करत असतात ते आपोआप होत असतं आणि आपलं फक्त साक्षीत्व घडत असतं. आता देह मनाला जर काही वाईट तिथं करायचं असलं किंवा मागायचं असलं असं काहीतरी, तर मग त्याला थांबायचं का बघत त्याला रोग असमान दोष असमान तर ते करावंसं वाटते. जास्त मन दोष काय करावंसं वाटते. Maharaj says, if there is any defect, yes, if there is something defective in the material, that and also if there is something defective in the one that is witnessing, then such thoughts and actions will arise. If there is no fault, such thoughts and actions will not come up. If the psyche is clear and pure, such thoughts and actions will not come upon it. Then if the actions are not to be controlled, but the psyche has to be, when Maharaj is given, you have to repeat the names, be in meditation. मग हे जर शुद्ध नसलं तर ते शुद्ध कसं करायचं? पुरुष बोलतात तुला वरुण दे, तुला पुरुष मिळावे वरुण दे. Maharaj says, give up the idea that you are a female, and he says, give me a description of you. Give me a description of yourself. After giving up the idea that you are a human being, you are a female human being. Within the body, this conscious presence that you are, it has no form, it has no color, it has no design. It's only the physical part of it which will have a form. But after तुम्ही देवाला मन तुझ्याकडे बघ ना, चालवायचे काय? त्यामध्ये तुझं ज्ञान लावायच आहे. So he says, जरा काय भाग बोलते. He said nothing prevents you from believing definitely with conviction that you are not the body, and that you are the conscious presence within.
But then we admitted that we are conditioned and that it will make some time to get rid of that conditioning.
So when the meet at तुमच्या बोटावर काय येतं? वाद मागायचे. So Maharaj says, he may say anything. Why do you accept it as applying to you? ज्यांना काय बोलायचं असं तर परिणाम देतात. वाटून देतात. वाद मागायचं दिला चुकून जायचं. So Maharaj says that which is unclean, that you accept. Yes, that is me. But that which he says you are the conscious presence, that you give up. Why do you accept the unclean and not accept that which is clean and pure?
No, I accept that I have felt it, and it didn't get rid completely of the one. It had only one.
असं असतं ना, पुरुष मध्ये कपड पुरुष कालावधा शाळेत आपण पुरुष कालावधा शाळेत आहे. Now you are very sure that you are not a male person. Now you have to tell yourself every now and then that you are not a male person. You know it, and that's the end of it. You have accepted it that you are a girl. That's it. Is there any, you feel any pleasure or lack of it by accepting that you are a girl or that you are not a male? So that is still living. And the female part of it belongs only to the body. And I am not the body. Whether the body is male or female is irrespective. Two, that conscious presence which is within the heart. And totally separate in one way, and it's all one. He said the body mind. No, जरा व्यक्तित्व नहीं है, जरा का व्यक्तित्व नहीं, हम देखे व्यक्ति का असल सबका है, एक बार बात करेंगे जिनकी चिंता Maharaj says, he repeats that one must have the perspective. He says, what is happening? He says, there is the functioning of the manifestation. And what is the functioning of the manifestation? He said, innumerable forms get created and destroyed. Now, when a form is created and there is consciousness within, that consciousness is merely a sense of presence. It is not present that I am present or he is present or you are present. It merely means the presence of existing. So, and he said, that is to be accepted. That all millions of forms or all sentients, they have the feeling of being present. But the difficulty arises when those forms, from merely the sense of presence, say that I am present. That the individuality comes in. So where there is no individuality, the individuality takes place as belonging to a particular form. That is where the whole trouble starts. जैसे घर है, जैसे हमने रात घर आने में जैसे काया है घर आने के में ग्लास ग्लास है भाषा है हम सब नहीं है हम तो सब नहीं है जैसे काय जाने के कारण में दुख है तो घर में तुम लोग बसना उनका दुख भी होगा नहीं हमारा जीवन घर आने में होना चाहिए उनका लाइट है उनका अगर तुम्हें आगे ज्ञान आगुन लाइट है भगवान मिलकर ये क्या बोला है Maharaj gives this simile and he repeats that if you accept the simile to be on all fours, there can be no simile on earth which can be on all fours with this spiritual guidance. So a simile is given merely for the sake of understanding a particular point. Now, for understanding the point that I am not the body, or the light force within it, or the consciousness, he says now we live in a house. But we know that we are not the house. And whatever happens to the house, we are separate from the house. So similarly, we are not the body or the life force, but the sentience within that body. बहुजन मार्ग मगर जाना लगता है बहुजन मार्ग मगर जाना लगता है कटु मुख्य मार्ग चला असली तुम्हें मार्ग मगर जाना लगता है समझन जगत मुझे सोचना भी मानते नहीं उनका ऐकून उनका समझना नहीं द्वाराच्या उडकीने कर्माने मारला म्हणण्याचं ज्ञान साधारण करायला Maharaj is not really frustration, but I can sense a slight feeling of frustration in the sense that he says that people who come here, he does not doubt their sincerity that they want to understand it. But he says what he is conveying or the knowledge that he wants to convey will not be something which can be apprehended or perceived by everybody, because it needs a certain intellectual attitude If the attitude is merely to understand it intellectually, and by analyzing the words that are spoken, he says the purport of it, the meaning of it, can never be accepted. It needs a certain amount of a particular type of intelligence, not the intelligence which makes one understand books, but that intelligence which is that type of intelligence, the attitude which will keep the mind open, which will keep the mind empty, so that what he says will be sustained in that vacuum of the mind. But if the mind is already occupied by thoughts and words and concepts, he says the mind will not be in a position to accept what he says. Therefore, he says, what he says will rarely be accepted. And that kind of mind which accepts what he says will not take long. That mind will accept what he says very quickly. Is the position or the state of mind where he is not too keen on speaking at all.
This also,
साधना में बोलना में मन गया है, वैसे लगने की मदद हो। तो साधना में बोलना मन गया है ना, क्या तुम भक्ति मार्ची देखो, तुमका नाम का प्रयास है ना के बात को बचाने के बाद Maharaj says, what he is talking about is that which is talking, and that which is talking talks to that within us, which is of the same nature. That is what is to be accepted. जीवा तो व्यवहार करते मन काय आहे त्याची माहिती मी तुम्हाला देतो. व्यवहार करते मन काय आहे त्याची माहिती मी तुम्हाला देतो. माझी माहिती मी घेणार मला नाही करू तुम्ही जा. Maharaj says what he is talking about is that which is common to him and to all of us. It is that about which he talks, and it is that to which he talks, and not the individuals that we think we are, not to the individuals we think we are, and what we think is listening. He says that is not correct. He is not talking to that which we think is listening.
महाराज इकडे पण जे लोक
कटकर उठतो मला काय आवडेल नाही तर फार म्हणून नको व्यक्ती म्हणून फार झालेलं आहे आणि व्यक्त काय काय आणि कसं वाटतं ते मी कोणाचं व्यक्त म्हणून काय ते कोण आणि कसं वाटतं म्हणून फार जमू मला नमुना नाही. Maharaj said earlier, although his own individuality had been totally lost, he could at least recognize the individuality among the visitors. Now he has reached a stage where not only his individuality of his own has been lost, but he can't see the individuality among us. He said that is the difficulty. Now the individuality as far as his own and the individuality in his listener totally has been lost, and only that remains is the total manifestation. He said that is the difficulty. He cannot accept the individuality even amongst us. And it is repeated, come to us, that is not in doubt, that is not doubting. But what is doubting is the capacity to absorb what is said, not the sincerity. माझ्यासमोर स्वभाव आहे तुमच्यापैकी मी नाही हे उभा झालं त्यांच्यापैकी नाही आत्ताच्या आता रोज पडलं मला त्याचा संबंध नाही. पुन्हा त्याच्यामध्ये कोण म्हणणार नाही जेव्हा बसलो पण व्यापक वायूमध्ये निघून जाईल त्याची भाषा म्हणजे त्याच्यात मिळून जाईल वाढवावी नसल्यामुळे चला आपण लक्षात ठेवून मी बोलतो नाही बघे त्याच्यावर तुम्हाला मी जे सांगितलं आता तुम्ही काहीच नाही. मला आता माझी गरज आहे म्हणा मला आता जमला नाही ना माझी गरज मी मानायला माझ्याकडे काय माझ्याकडे नंबर नाही सत्याच्या नाही वहिवाटी नाही हे माझा केव्हाही जातो असं मला घेऊन बघत नसेल.
Trying to make a tremendous effort to convey to us this state, which really cannot be described. He says, what is going on, including his body, the breath, and the consciousness, and the fact that he is talking, all that he is conscious of by the merest thread of being. That thread is so thin that only because it is there, however thin, that he is conscious of the speaking that takes place, the body, the normal functions of the body, or coming here or being here and his talking, all that he is conscious of by the merest thread of consciousness. If that snaps, he says he couldn't care less, because he is practically already in that state of the being, the absolute, literally.
देवाचे नाव घ्यायची आवड नाही देवाचे नाव घ्यायची आवड नाही. या चैतन्यामध्ये कोणत्याही पण किंवा कशाने माझ्याकडे मला पैशावरती काही नाही काय नाही कधीच म्हणणार नाही. तुला काय करायची आवडी नंतर म्हणजे आता आहे.
Maharaj said the body exists and the traditional routine goes on here, but he says he is not concerned even with God or whatever happens, because he says to have the slightest interest in anything, there must be something which takes an interest in something. When all three of them have disappeared, who will take what interest in what kind of thing that takes place? So when all the three parts of the attention that is to be paid have been lost, how can there be any interest in anything, including God?
मी काय वागत असतो ना तर माझ्या गरजेमुळे स्वतः किंवा आता काय झालं मग ते कचरा त्या गरजेचे डोळे उघडले. त्या गरजेला त्याच्यावर काहीच नाही म्हणलं मला गरजेला त्याच्यावरून काहीच नाही. काय मला काय करायचं तुम्ही सगळं गरजेवर होतं. गरज ओळखली गेली गरज माझं रूप नाही गरजेत माझं रूप नाही. म्हणजे कोणत्याही अनुभवाची भोगाला मी माहित नाही मला अनुभवाचा भोग मला लागेल. असं का झालं तर गरजेला नामरूप नाही. I think this morning what Maharaj is doing, you must understand, as I interpret it, that whatever he says about himself applies to each one of us. And if we pay interest, pay close attention to it, I think what he's doing is describing one's own gradual spiritual problem. So what he says is, originally, there was, whatever I did was because of a certain need. Unless there is need, nobody does it. Now what is that need? He says, the need is the consciousness, keeping that consciousness alive and occupied and entertained. Now gradually, he says, I realize the nature of that need, the nature of that the nature. This which is sitting here is certainly not me. The life force within also is not me. The conscious presence which the animus, that which keeps this physical part alive, that also is not me. I am totally apart from this entire phenomenon. This understanding is so transparently clear that I, the true I, am this understanding. I am not different from this understanding which he has just spoken. He becomes the understanding, he is the understanding. As I understand it is the apprehension that the true nature is the apprehension, and the apprehension is I.
हे ओळखतो हे ओळखतो हे मिळाले ह्या रूपाने राहणार फळांच्या रूपाने राहणार फळांच्या रूपाने राहणार मुलांच्या रूपाने राहणार म्हणजे काय
If I want something, whatever it is, even if I want liberation or something in the world, if there is the slightest wanting, there must be something which wants this, whatever is wanted. But when it is finally understood that there is no I who wants anything at all, then where is the question of any want or need of any kind, material or spiritual? When this I totally disappears, or rather, when this me disappears, where is the question of any wanting? Because there is only I, there is no me, there is no you. He also totally disappears and merges into I, there is nothing left.
आणि स्वतःची असते
When my very conscious presence is lost, then what is there left?
आपण असावं आणि आम्ही असावं
What is the ultimate wanting? The ultimate wanting is that this existence, this conscious presence to continue. When the conscious presence is itself lost, what remains? Can anything remain?
कोणी ज्ञान तुम्हाला आपली परिस्थिती सांगणार नाही.
Now Maharaj comes out and says, what I have said now, or this kind of knowledge, you won't get anywhere else. That's माहित असेल तरच सांगू.
कोणाची भाषा म्हणत प्रत्यक्ष म्हणत मम्मी म्हणत म्हणतो असणे असेल गुण आहे तो त्यांनी प्रत्यक्ष त्या नीतीचा गुण आहे तो माझ्या
I have the body. Am I the body? I know the life force, the prana. But am I the prana? I know the conscious presence. Am I the conscious presence? So it is known to all this. Therefore I am separate from all these things. तुम्ही खाजगी म्हणून काय तरी आहे का? माझ्या डॉक्टर खाजगी म्हणून काय तरी आहे का? काय तरी आहे का?
Do I have any individuality as such as far as I am concerned? There is no identification, there is no individuality, there is no entity as far as I am concerned.
असं नाही. त्याला शिकवलं त्यांना बहुतांना आलेला गोष्टी हो हो त्याचा शोध करायचा नाव सोडून हो माझ्या घरच्यांनी स्वतः घरच्यांनी काय आहे हे म्हणजे
Therefore, Maharaj says, once you get caught in the forest of concepts, there is no getting away from it. Unless the entire concept, the basic concept has been thoroughly clear. The basic concept of this presence, this I-amness. And unless that nature of that basic concept is thoroughly understood, there is no getting away from this, all the other concepts which are based on that original basic concept.
संस्थाच्या माऊलीने मी बोलत होतो ते लिहून देतो ह्या पावसाने बोललेलं आहे आणि त्याने काव्य कसं तयार केलं त्याने ते काव्य कसं बनवलेलं आहे माझी भाषा म्हणताना मुख्य हेच आहे तो काय तुम्ही आला होतो हे पुस्तक बनामध्ये
म्हणून ते पुस्तक वाचल्याबरोबर झटणार होतं आणि मोठा तर झालेच पाहिजे जाणार तेच
हेच बोललो आहे त्याकडे त्याचं त्यांचं काव्य आणि कविता तयार करून त्यांनी
महाराज
त्याची कला आहे
This is the way I talk to Maurice Friedman. This is the subject, this is the way I talk. Now, what Maurice Friedman did was first to understand it thoroughly, not only intellectually, but genuinely with a form of in-seeing, apprehending it. And thereafter, having understood it, he brought it out as an epic.
माझ्या अनुभवाला व्यसन व्यर्थ आहे माझा अनुभव होतो माझा त्याच्यामध्ये सार्थ म्हणून का दिसतो आहे माझ्या घरी असाच सगळं असं
whatever experiences he has received throughout his life in this manifest world, he said the sum total of it is zero. The whole thing is totally worthless, the whole thing is meaningless and totally hollow.
मुख्य कोणता अर्थ नाही मुख्य कोणता अर्थ नाही
What is the main thing which is meaningless in the sum total of the experience? ते स्वतःच सांग
स्वार्थामध्ये काही अर्थ नाही स्वार्थ काही अर्थ नाही ते काय ओनली आहे हा बोला आमचं तमकं
He said, Maharaj, it's why are they? He said, the entire thing is hollow because that on which all the experiences, all the manifestations, the total phenomena are based. This consciousness, that itself is false. That itself is time bound. Therefore, anything that is erected on a basis which is hollow is bound to be hollow. Because the consciousness on which the whole thing is there is itself time bound and therefore illusory.
व्हायला व्हायला काय अर्थ नाही पण बाकी काय काय अर्थ व्हायला काय नाही तुला काय करायचं तुला काय तुला काय अर्थ आहे काय बोला
Consciousness, this conscious presence, that has no basis, that has no shape, form, or it has come about spontaneously and disappears in course of time.
पण होईल नाही आता होईल नाही होता होता झालं म्हणजे आपल्याला काय कसं तिथे आपल्याला आपला लाभ नाही. तिथे मन त्याच्यावर त्यांचं चालू आहे. म्हणजे आपल्याला आपला लाभ नाही म्हणजे असं काही पलकेपणा आपण दाखवामध्ये माझ्या हा बरोबर पलकेपणा आहे. तो जसा तिकडे भागावर लोकांचे कपडे जाऊन जवळ घेऊन तसंच आहे. भाकरी कपडे धुवून
मग जोडता आपण माझं
माझा करता माझ्याला पण काय नमुना रोज काय काय होते मुंबई शाळेत नाही सण होत नाही तरी पण याचाच आपण नाम हे आपण नव्हे राहिला का जाऊ नका दुःख बघून जाणं तर सुख बघून जा जाऊ दुःख बघून जाणं का सुख बघून जा आपल्याला काय करावं.
I told you so far. I given you a trick, you see. You see, now you do whatever you like. But finally conclude that all this is not me or I am not doing it. This is not mine. How you dispose it of this mind and your consciousness, the pride, all these qualities are not me. Disown them. So continuously you follow this. Then you will realize what I am saying. You do whatever you like, but reject everything as not yours, including consciousness is not yours. That way you approach it. Again Maharaj finally says, these are my findings. This is for me. You have to understand this. He said, presently still I am doing all these talks. Why am I talking? The question also comes. He said, this is something like a washerman. The washerman washing the clothes of all people to clean those clothes, not his clothes. So all my talks are like washing your clothes, your dirty linen. I don't need all that. Then he also applied to his own bodily suffering, bodily ailments. He has sometimes having these experiences of pain, bodily pain, to such an extent they are unbearable. Then again I use the same logic. He says, this is your business. He tells the consciousness, this is your business, I have nothing to do. You enjoy it or suffer it. Like that he dismisses that off.
असं नाच जाऊ ना राहतो दुकानात राहतो कसा राहतो पण आपण मिळे ना सुखाचा अनुभव दुःखाचा अनुभव आपण मिळे ना कसा एकामध्ये पण ना
He again repeats. That principle is living happily or unhappily. Who is that? What is that principle? That is the consciousness. Comprising what? Comprising the mind, the memory, the intellect, the ego, all those. The expression of the consciousness. So this consciousness is either living or not living happily. So it is a business of the conscious. And I, the absolute, am not that conscious.
त्या सगळ्याचं सार पण ह्याचं मिळायला पाहिजे स्वतःच
The essence of all these qualities, what he repeated, the mind, the memory, the intellect, The ego is this knowledge I am. And the knowledge I am not.
मनसा बहुत बड़ा चलो सामने को मार ऐसा करते हैं उनको का बहुत का फल का क्या मानता है जब आपल्याला पण तुम्ही बघत नाही माझ्याकडे आता आहे काय मग बघा कोणतरी आमचा तुमचा आलं पण कोणा पहिला देते कोणा मोठं त्यावर त्याला भेटला कोणच नाही
There are absolutely no desire and no inspiration at all. If somebody comes, then some talk emanate out of it.
तुम्हाला मला तुम्ही मला सोडून नाही भाग तुम्हाला मला सोडून देणं भाग आहे पण काय नाही माझ्याबद्दल काय नाही
It is finally you are bound to give me up. Why? Because I am nothing.
माझ्या उपयोग मला कधी काही काय होणार नाही तुम्हाला काय माहिती मी मानतो
I am is of no use at all to me. But you believe that this awareness is of some use to you. Or that you believe that derive some benefit. To me, this awareness is of no use at all.
सुंदर माझ्या घरी तरी पोचलं पडलं होतं असं वाटलं मी सांगायचं विचार झाला विचार समजून जा काय करायचं विचार संपून जा असं होत की नाही माझं बोलणं सगळं काय
Suppose I go to a friend, that means his body is moving, goes to a friend, and this awareness happens to quit me. I can in short, the last moment has arrived. So at that time, normally what happens? Any other person would say, let me go home first. Because in the last stage I must die in my house. But I will not be interested even in that. I will tell my consciousness, you better quit here only, doesn't matter. You get finished up here only, right now. A normal man, a common man should not listen to the knowledge which I am expounding here. Whatever I am talking is my direct experience. Out of that I am talking. That is my state.
आपण म्हणजे काय बोलणार काय करता काय असेल पण याच्यापैकी मी आपण मग काय बोलणार
You understanding a very gross fall. Out of this, what is going to remain as myself finally? Everything will go. Nothing of I or mine shall remain in this.
होईल तुम्हाला अजून आशा आहे ज्ञान होऊन त्याचं काय काही बरं होईल कसं केलं अजून आशा आहे माझ्याकडे आशेला कारणच नाही
You are still nursing some hope, fond hope, that something good will happen to this.
अपना करता आपण चिन्ह करायला कोण भेटतो का बोला अपना करता आपण चिन्ह करायला होता कोण भेटतो का
So many people have come and gone, departed. Has anything left out of them as somebody, as part of them?
हवा खाऊन आला काय करेल तर मग तुम्हाला कसं काय त्याची जातच तशी आहे याच्यावर अवलंबून आपण सुख शांती तुझा अपेक्षा करतो मूर्ख म्हणा एखादं असं घेतलं माझे बुक वाचून काय म्हणते त्या भाषेचे चेहरे काय बदल केलं लोक वाचून काय म्हणते आपण संस्कार होता
After listening to these tapes which are recorded, the people will say, who is this demon who is talking like this?
Can't stand to listen to this kind of talk.
आम्ही नव्हता असं वाटतो ना
But still you are interested in listening to the talk. Aren't you?